everyone, it's Anya here. I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks, and this week we are making rainbow applique crochet thingies. Yeah, so I have designed these rainbows. They can be used on lots of things. You can put them on a mug cozy, you can put them on a cushion, you can put them on a blanket, you know. So I have made 3 sizes. So this is 17 centimeters from here to here. This is 14 and this is 7. And I thought they could be used for so many things that, you know, I wanted to make one, which I did. I think I started with this one, but then I thought it's a bit big, so I started making them smaller. So yeah, like I said, you can applique them to anything basically, but I thought it was not so easy to find a pattern for this online, so that's why I thought I would do this week. You'll be treated to 3 patterns this week because obviously one of each is going to be a topic for the video. Now in today's video we are making the big rainbow. Now before we get started, for the exact colors there is a video which tells you all about those, so do go and have a look at that one. And I suggest you go down a size in hook for this project. So I normally, when the wool is prescribed as a 4, I normally use a 3.5, but for this project I am going to be using my 3. It makes for a nice and compact finish of your rainbow applique. So without further ado, for the large rainbow applique we are using the lipstick, and we are doing a slip knot. Insert your hook and you are going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this last chain, so the 6th one, you are going to put a stitch marker. Now you are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. This is your first double crochet. Now we are going to work our way back, putting 2 double crochets in each stitch. But of course we have already got 1 in there because we needed to make it in this way by chaining. So in that stitch with the stitch marker you are just going to put 1 double crochet. And really I just use that stitch marker to help to find that first stitch again. But this time we are going to reposition it because we found the first stitch. So we've got the first stitch, then we have those 1, 2, 3 chains, and in that 3rd chain you are going to put your stitch marker. That's just a little tip for later on. Okay, so let's just leave it there. And now, as I said, we are going to place 2 double crochets in each of the other 5 chains that are left. I tend to pick up 2 V's from that chain, so I only have 1 little leg left at the bottom of my, can you see that, at the bottom of my chain. So I go in to the chain, picking up 2 legs and leaving just the 1 behind, and I'm doing 2 double crochets in each chain. So that means apart from the one that we've just done, we need to do 5 chains with 2 double crochets. So we had 6 chains to start with, and now we are going to have 12 double crochets. So don't forget to do that very last one here. Okay, so when you have done those, count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, and your 12th one is the one with the stitch marker in. Now, the reason why we put that stitch marker there is because sometimes it just sort of disappears, and then you're counting and counting and you've only got 11. So I know that that is my 12th one, and that 12th one is that third chain that we did when we started. So this is the end of our first round, and as you can see, it's already doing the arching that it should be doing for the rainbow. Okay, so there we go. Okay, next color, orange. Oh, I couldn't find the end then. And once again, we do a slip knot and we insert our hook. Now we are going to get started, and guess where we are going to get started? Indeed, in that chain with the stitch marker in it. So that's very handy. I can never get in the stitch when the stitch marker is still in there. So take the stitch marker out, keep your eye on that chain, yarn over, ready to get going. That's that first leg of that V, and that there is the second leg. So carefully, I might just have to help it along a bit. There we go. Okay, so carefully yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so that is, now we have started in the right place. So this time we are going to do 1 double crochet, then in the next V we are doing 2 double crochets. In the next one we are doing 1, in the next one 2, 1 in the next one, and 2 in the next one. So our increase ratio is 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. 2. 1 and 2. And you should finish on a 2. So I have indeed 2 stitches left. Make sure this one, the last one, does not disappear. So you have the 1 to do, and then you do your 2 in that very last stitch. There we go, and another one. Voila. And that is that row finished already as well, and it is still doing the arching. Oh, I was so pleased when I when I worked that out. It was simple really, but it's just doing it, isn't it? Yellow. Same thing as before. You make a slip knot, and this time we did not put our stitch marker there, but I know that it's that standing stitch here. Now, that standing stitch has closed up a little bit for me. You are going to have to undo that slightly. I just go like that until I see the V appearing again. You yarn over, you insert under that V of the standing stitch, and you do your standing double crochet. Right, so it disappears a little bit, but we still do need it, I'm afraid. Now, so we've done our first double crochet, we are doing our second one in the next stitch. Oh, that's split a little bit. Okay, and then we do 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So this time our increase ratio is 1, 1, and then 2. And that's how you will continue your round. And once again, I come to the end of my round, and indeed I see that I have 3 stitches left. So I am going to pick up the proper stitch, Anya. 1, 1, and then in that very last stitch I am going to do my 2. As you can see, I'm holding on to the ends here because the stitch will come undone, because obviously I haven't put them in yet. I haven't woven them in yet. So if you want to avoid that, weave in as you go. I'm going to weave in at the end. Okay, so there we go. So that's our little arch all done up to yellow. We are now ready for the green. And again, I do a slip knot, insert my hook, and once again, yeah, I am doing that same thing where I'm going to have to look for that standing stitch. I'm going to just slightly pull the little knot and make sure I can go into it. Yarn over, go into that, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and as well here I hold on to that stitch to the end to make sure it doesn't come undone. So for the green, we are going to do the following increase ratio. So we've done 1, now we are doing another one and another one, so 3 individual ones, and then we do the 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So this is how you will continue your round. At the end, you will notice that you have just enough left to finish on a double one here. I will see you at the end of your round. So I have just finished my green round. So we started with 12 V's, then we made 18, 24, and then this round we now have 30 stitches. Now we are going to go for the blue, and once again we do exactly the same thing. We find that little closed up standing stitch here, we go into it, do our double crochet, and this time our increase ratio is 1, another one, another one, and another one. So we have 4 individual double crochets, then we have something split somewhere, then we have 2. Okay, right, so this is your increase ratio, 1 1 1 1 2. I will see you at the end of the round. Now I've just done my blue, and I have to admit I do like the look of my rainbow with all the ends hanging down like this, so maybe it might be an idea to add more and to have the little fringes on your rainbow hanging down. Right, okay, so it's time now for indigo, and again we start off the same way, and our increase ratio is going to be different again. So let's find that closed up standing stitch, get your hook in there. There we go, and this time our increase ratio is 1 2 3 4 5 individual ones. So 2 3 4 and 5, so 5 individual ones, then the 2. You have to increase, but not too much, you see. Okay, so I will see you at the end of the round. I'm also going to put in all my ends. See you then. Right, I am ready now for my last colour, which is violet. And I am going to just do exactly the same as before. As I said, I have put in all my ends, which also means that I have sort of lost my little opening here to get into that fast standing stitch. So I'm just going to do whatever I can to get around it, okay, to get into it. There we go. Okay, so that is my first double crochet, and this time our increase ratio is going to be 6 individual double crochets. Where are we? 2, 4, 6, and then we do the 2. This is your increase ratio for this round, and I'll see you at the end of the round. Now when you come to the end of this round, still make sure you're doing that double in the last stitch, even though it might have disappeared slightly because you've woven this in. So my advice here is weave in at the end. I just wanted to do it so I could show you a more finished project at the end of the video. Now I have a big problem. I have a confession to make here. At the beginning of the video I said use a 3, and my 3 and my 3.5 are the same colour, and I picked up the wrong one. I noticed halfway through that this rainbow is bigger than this one, the original one that I designed. Look at that. But in a way I thought, well, I'm going to continue because I can now show you the difference. Look, this one is a lot holier than this one. This one is much more compact. So this is the 3 and this is a 3.5. So look at the difference in size. There is an obvious look, this is off the viewfinder. There is an obvious difference in size, and in the finish I like this finish much better than this one. I think this is too many holes basically, but I think it's a good thing for me to be able to show you. Okay, so yes, I did say use a 3, then I went on, you might have spotted it in the video, to use a 3.5 without seeing it, but it has provided me with 2 different sized rainbows. So if you want your rainbow a little bit bigger, go up half a size, but I have to say I like the one that I made with the 3. So there you go. It's a good lesson in in what happens when you use the wrong hook. I mean, it's never the wrong hook, but even so, there is a difference. Okay, so keep an eye out for what I am going to do with these. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.